So,
Big turnout for the skills.
I wanted to ask what it was like skating outside in Montana and just how your vacation was leading up to this.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, I thought it was relatively empty, not empty enough, but yeah, it was just great to get away. And obviously, as you get older, you appreciate that time off a little bit more. So yeah, it was nice and excited to be here and get back into it.
You get to go to the last two Olympics. What's your reaction to the 2026?
It's great news. I mean, with all the uncertainty that's been around it in years prior, and just how great of an experience that it is, I think it's just awesome news. I'm sure that a lot of players are really happy, and especially to commit to 2 years, two different Olympics. I think that'll be great.
How hungry are you, Sid, to get back to that?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's an unbelievable experience, and to see the best players go head to head, representing their country. From my experience in it, I don't know if you get better hockey than that. So it's great to be a part of, and great for fans and everyone involved. So it's a special thing, and like I said, to have two that are committed to that, I think that's really important.
What was your reaction to seeing Nate drafted you for the game?
I was happy. I wasn't sure where I was going to go in the draft, and I'll take third. So yeah, it's fun to see. I think it'll be pretty competitive. I think guys have a lot of pride, and when they're picking their teams, they're going to show well. So between that and the skills tonight, I think people will definitely see the skills on display and tonight, and then obviously with the game, I think it'll get pretty competitive, which is great.
What do you think of Nate's season?
I've said before, at different times when you see him elevate his game in the playoffs, you just don't think that he can find another level, and he somehow does. So that's what great players do. Yeah, he's just been on a tear, making it look easy, but it's not. So happy to see him doing well. Obviously, I see firsthand, in the summers how hard he works and what it means to him. So he's getting rewarded for it.
Just go back to the Olympics. Did it feel like when because of COVID, when 2022 didn't happen, did you sort of feel like that was maybe the last chance because it got been 8 years since we've done it?
I try not to get caught up in it too much. There's always a lot of talk leading up to it, and you try to get your hopes up, and obviously when it didn't happen, you just have to move by it and understand that there's a lot of factors. But I think a lot of players are pretty vocal about the fact that they want to be a part of it, and I hope that going through those times that eventually it would make its way back and it would be possible. So like I said, it's great news, and I think everyone's going to be really happy with the fact that we'll be there soon.
Can you envision yourself playing at that age at the next Olympics?
I'd love to. I don't ever think too far ahead, regardless of how old you are. I think you always go a year at a time and see how it goes and where your game's at. But I mean, yeah, I'd love to be a part of it. It's something you have to earn, though. It's not something that's given to you, and if you represent your country, then you got to earn it.
You said, I know you have a deep appreciation for the history of the game. Nobody since 92-93 scored 70 in a year, but Auston Matthews has a legit chance to do that this year. Thought he could tail off a little bit and still get there. What do you think that would mean for the game if he was to get there, and what do you make of his ability to score?
Well, like you said, it hasn't, it's something that's been a long time. So I think, it would say a lot. I think if there's anyone that comes to mind that's capable of doing it, it's him. If you were to ask any guy who could do that, it's him. So it takes so much, and even pure goal scorers, a number like that, you need some bounces too, you need some things to go your way. But he's more than capable. He's shown it, and I think it'd be great for hockey to see a run like that. I think that just brings more attention to the game, and as players, I think you appreciate records like that.
So how do you feel about the scandal that's involved the 2018 World Junior team?
I don't know a lot about it, to be honest. I mean, I've tried to educate myself as much as possible, but I think recently there hasn't been a lot that I've seen on it. I've seen some players' names mentioned and that sort of thing. Until I know more details, I'd probably be better commenting more then. But yeah, I mean, obviously not a great situation, but I'm not going to speak out of line if I don't know the exact details.
Is there a problem though in hockey culture?
I mean, we're at the All-Star game. I mean, I don't know if I want to start having this one-on-one conversation about culture. That's a pretty broad conversation to be having in a 15-second soundbite, but I'd be more than happy to have it with you off the side if you want to do that.
Sid, Yager's numbers will be retired in a few weeks. Hankin's retired. Where do you think he fits in kind of the pantheon of playing these players? What does it mean to have him kind of involved in that?
Yeah, I think it's great. I mean, he's obviously still playing, so I don't think many guys have been in that situation where they're still playing and they're getting their jersey retired. But you know, it's pretty awesome what he did for the team and what he means to the city. So I think all that combined, it's really fitting. I think it'll be a cool thing to be a part of. You know, growing up, watching him and seeing what he accomplished, playing against him, and to see his jersey go to the Raptors, I think will be special.
See, LeBron James is going to his 20th NBA All-Star game this month. Sitting here, knowing how hard your game is, and all of those sports is, and knowing, you know, at your age how you're competing, what are your thoughts on what he has done?
I think it's impressive. I think that you know, you have to love it, and obviously he competes really hard. He has high expectations, and I think when you've had high expectations like he has for so long, that's probably all he knows. And but I think it takes a lot of effort, a lot of drive and passion to be able to do that. So I think when you see guys that are able to do that, I think you have an appreciation for what they're able to do and accomplish, and those are, you know, easy things to cheer for, I think.
So as far as All-Star games go, does this one carry any added meaning taking place here in Canada?
I feel like there's always a little bit extra buzz for sure. I think as players you can always feel that around All-Star weekend, just, you know, with the fans and with everything going on. There's a great energy wherever you are, but especially you know, in a Canadian city and a place like Toronto that's had so many different things over the years. You know, it's a great hockey town, and I think that people really get behind it, and you can feel that for sure.
Sid, there's been a big Vancouver representation at the All-Star game this year. What do you make of sort of the work that Rutherford and Talkett have done, given your history with them?
Yeah, I've done a great job. I mean, I don't know what, you know, people before the year, whether they would have been predicting, you know, where they'd be at and the seasons that some of the guys have had up to this point. I think that's a credit to the players, obviously, but also to the people around them. And you know, I think Jim and Talk have done a great job in helping them and their whole staff. So they're playing really well as a team, and individually their players have been performing well. So I think, you know, a lot of people deserve credit for that.
Sid, what's the longest winning streak you've been part of? And in the records from the Oilers, that they might break something that hasn't been done in 30 years. But just what are your thoughts on trying to put stuff on this?
Yeah, it's not easy. I think, you know, talking about Auston and the goals and things like that, it kind of goes back to that. I mean, you need some bounces, and obviously what they went through early in the year is probably a big reason why they're so hungry and you know, have been able to find their game like that. You know, they were challenged early on and have responded the right way and been able to throw a lot of wins together. It's not easy. The league's so competitive, and anyone can beat anyone. But yeah, I think that's really impressive. I don't know what my longest win streak has been. I'd say it's, you know, 14 or 15 around there, maybe. Unbeaten. I don't know if they were overtime losses and things like that. But it was something around that. I want to say 1 year with March we had a good run. Something like that. So yeah, and I don't know if it's that in a row, but that's quite the streak, and you know, for anyone that's been a part of that, that's fun to be part of.
This is the last question for Sid. What do you see?
What does he do?
Yeah, I think he knows his body well, and he works hard. He knows when he has to put the work in. He takes care of himself, whether it's off season or in season too. Yeah, I think he's just, every year he's learning more and more, and he's getting better because of it. You know, he doesn't you know, rest on the fact that he had a good season the year prior and the year when they won the Stanley Cup. You just see that drive year after year. It's the consistency of that. I don't think it's not anything necessarily different. If I had to say, it's just more the experience, and he's using that to his advantage.
Thanks, Sid.